YouTube, thanks for dropping in to check out another episode of Profit Picks. Here in this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to review our bets from yesterday, and then we're going to go ahead and also take a look at what we're going to put out there today. So for yesterday, we go 3-1. That brings us to 9-3 for the year, up a total of 4.73 units. We've only been doing this, tracking our bets, that is, for like 3 days. So we put together 3 winning days in a row. That brings us to about a 75% win rate. That's amazing. Let's keep that going. Again, up almost 5 units in 3 days. That's not bad at all. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's review yesterday's bets and how those did. And then let's also go ahead and take a look at what we're going to play today. Another solid night for us. We end up going 3-1. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the bets that we placed, how those worked out. And again, let's keep this success going into today. Let's keep it up. Let's keep cashing these bets. So to review the bets here, first one up is Levine over 22.5. Our estimation was right on this one. The three ball really came alive for Levine yesterday. He was 7 for 9 for threes, dropped a total of 37 points on the Hawks. Again, he was really able to capitalize on the lack of defense against the three balls that the Hawks present here. So we cashed that one. That was great. Hartenstein over 12.5 rebounds. This game, basically, the Thunder and Pacers game last night, was a tale of two halves, obviously. It was pretty wild. So as far as the Hartenstein bet goes, early on, it was looking good. He had like 8 or 9 rebounds by the first half. But when they came out to the second half, it started to really taper off there and slow down. And we were basically sweating this one out, and he just pulled it off at the end, basically. OKC -5. That was another one. Obviously, it's the same game, but that was wild because I said in yesterday's video that the Thunder were way better than the Indiana Pacers, and the Pacers really held their own yesterday. Through the first half, they were looking dominant. They came out into the second half and they still played well. The Thunder just pulled off the cover at the end. So again, we were sweating this one out, but we pulled it off and we cashed. So we'll take it. The Giannis bet for yesterday was voided. He missed the game, so there's really not a whole lot to talk about there. I did have a substitute or replacement bet, we'll say, and I did drop that in the comments. So I'm going to go ahead and count that, obviously. I put that in the comments for everyone to view, like I said I was, if there was a change. So we got to take that L. There was Ja Morant over the 22.5 points. He came up short here, but it wasn't really anything that he did wrong or his lack of play. Ultimately, what happened is the Grizzlies got ahead big, and I think by the second half, they basically had their starters on the bench. So hats off to the Grizzlies bench to come out and basically put Toronto away. They put up like 150-something total points, man. It was unreal. But I caught the second half of that game, and that was pretty cool to see. So that's how the bets went yesterday. Again, 3-1, solid night. Let's roll this into today. So that finishes the review. Next up, let's go ahead and let's take a look at tonight's picks. All right, so moving along to tonight's picks that we're making over here at Profit Picks. We're starting out with Jason Tatum over 28.5 points against the Pacers. So he's hit this number about 60% of the season so far. So in addition to that, the Pacers, they do not play the position well. They give up a decent amount of points to forwards, and they're coming off of that game last night that was pretty rough. The Celtics are coming off a rest, and the Pacers, they were really, really looking good last night against a great team in the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they ended up dropping that game last minute to the Thunder by 6 points. I could see this I could see the team being a little deflated from that, a little hungover, and to come in and play the Celtics the next day, I think that could be a little rough. So I like Tatum to get the 28.5 points here. I think that the Celtics there's a good chance the Celtics could blow them out, and I think Tatum will get a big piece of that. Next one up is going to be Darius Garland over 19.5 points. So Denver has allowed an average of 25 points per game to the position to point guards. Garland also has a decent history against the Nuggets in terms of going over this number, so I liked seeing that. Also, this game is one of the games that has a higher total for the night, so I think that the points here will be plentiful, and I think that will play in the favor of Garland's over here. Third one for tonight will be Jeremy Sohan over 14.5 points. So Sohan has improved individually, and I think that the Spurs are playing better than they were relative to last year, and I think Sohan has a piece in that, right? And I like this matchup here for him against the Nets, He's also hit this number 60% of the year so far. So yeah, I think he goes over here, this 14.5 points. Last one, but not the last one, potentially the final one. If there are more, I will drop them in the comments, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. Just like yesterday, the Giannis bet, I had to swap that out. Now, if there is a change, I might not necessarily add a bet. I might just say I'm not, or I might substitute it for something else. Like yesterday, I did substitute the Giannis bet for a Ja Morant bet that we dropped, the only one that we dropped. But nevertheless, there was a change, and I posted it there, so please keep an eye out there before tip-off for any potential changes. So the last one for us is going to be the Houston Rockets at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're taking the Rockets outright on the money line. I think they're a better team in general. They're a great home team, 9-3 or 9-4 at home straight up. And, both teams are good defensively, but I think Houston definitely gets the edge there on defense. And I think the powerhouse that they are defensively at home, and Minnesota can, they can be iffy at times. And I think that this is one of those situations where Houston's going to kind of show out in terms of the quality of team that they are. And I think we're going to probably see some of those cracks in the Minnesota Timberwolves that we've kind of been seeing here. So that's going to be the last one for tonight so far. Like I said, if I do add them, I'll drop them in the comments. So yeah, that's it. Whatever you're betting tonight, good luck. Thank you very much for checking out the video. And I hope you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please drop some comments below. I'd love to start chatting with you guys. But most importantly, let's carry this success into tomorrow. Let's keep stringing green days together, and let's really turn this into something. So good luck tonight, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.